So just got done seeing Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. It was okay. I thought it was good. I heard that the plot was kind of thin going into it, and yeah, it's definitely somewhat thin. But the problem is it has like a little bit of a backbone to it that could support a heavy, deep, thought-filled film. And anytime that it almost starts trying to talk like it's going to be building depth of the plot itself and themes of the movie, it kind of shies away and just kind of moves on to the next scene. And I think it would have benefited greatly if it had a real deeper, a much more deeper meaning to it than just small little tiny ideas. It just didn't have enough going for it to really to make me feel like I was watching like a great movie. It was just something that seemed to pass the time perfectly fine. Of course there's good CGI in that. I think a lot of reviews are going to talk about that, and of course some of the voice acting is good, and there are very few action scenes that there are. They're fairly well staged, but it's like the running time has felt a little bit just because it does take so long to get going, and all the time that could have been used to really build itself up to a big conclusion and setting up possible sequels. It didn't do hardly any of that until the very end. It just kind of meandered for the first hour, and I don't think it's going to anger anyone, but I also don't think it's going to top anyone's top 10 of the year list. It's nowhere near that good. I'm sure some of the previous Apes movies that came out might have been on my top 10 of those years, but this one, I'm not even thinking about the possibility that it could be that in that realm of quite frankly where it should be. It should be like a top 10 movie, as far as being one of the best action adventure CGI laden movies coming out this year. There's always several of them, and I think generally action movies can tend to be for action, whereas these Apes movies, there's action to them, but that's definitely not what they're about. And with a movie that says we're not going to have as much action, we're going to be more plot centric, well, it's thin on the plot. So it's not a very good balancing act, if you ask me, as far as the places that it could have gone more thematically. I just thought it was okay. Nothing that's going to be very memorable. The previous movies were better, and they were not as memorable to me, just because personally, it's not exactly my type of movies to watch over and over, but this one would definitely be one I would probably not really watch again. If I did, I'd probably just skip to the last hour. And I'm in no way saying that, I can't handle a movie that takes its time and builds its characters. No, not at all. Those are typically the better movies as far as great movies out there. But it's like it took its time, but then didn't use that time good enough. But overall, everything else is good. The characters themselves are good enough, and I just there was so many things that could have just been better, and it's like they stopped trying at some point and said, okay, well, let's make it. So well, let me know in the comments if you've seen it, what you thought about it, how it compares, where you think it could be as far as you know, your end of the year top list, top 10, top 20, top 50. Yeah, it's definitely in the top 50, but yeah, definitely not in the top 10. But definitely like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one.